What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, well, I wanted to just point out a little arbitrage opportunity that was brought to my attention by VetV. On the channel on the last live stream actually, but I've had a chance to look into it a little bit further, run through some numbers. I want to preface this and say this is not financial advice. I also want to say that I am not doing this. I just thought it was an interesting thought experiment, I guess is what I should say, and wanted to pass it along to you to see if you are doing it, and if you are and wanted to keep it under wraps, well then I'm sorry, but I wanted to just put it out there for folks to see, what people think of this and where the sentiment is at overall. So the arbitrage opportunity comes with the reward cards that are currently selling under their burn value, which is really interesting. Now, when I say burn value, I mean burn value at PEG, of which we're still at like 72% of PEG. I think DEC was like 0.00072 or 720 splintoshis. So, we're not quite there yet, but this is where it gets interesting. So the commons are not part of this group, but the rares are the first ones that we're going to take a look at. And I mean, let's just go to the bottom here. So someone like Venari Crystalsmith, for example, you can buy a single BCX of this card for 1.7 pennies. All right, 1.7 pennies. The power that you have from this, meaning also the burn value, is 20 or 20 DEC. So if DEC were to be at PEG, you could essentially buy this card for $1, sorry, not $1, 1.7 cents, and then burn it for 2 pennies. Okay, so you see what I'm getting at here, right? That's I don't know what the percentage gain is. Actually, I do want to calculate that. So 2 over 1.7, that's a 17% gain just like that. Again, we are not at PEG, but it's interesting to see how far below we are in terms of overall burn value. Now, where this gets interesting is if let's look at this at the top, maxed out. So because you get a 5% bonus on that as well. So for example, you can buy a card here, and this is actually a perfect example. Glad we picked this card. So you can actually buy a maxed copy for $1.94, which is 1.7 cents per BCX. And then if we do get to PEG, you'll be able to burn it for 2400 DEC, which at PEG is roughly $2.4, right? I mean, that's almost what, 25% gain right there. I mean, even if we only get to 90% of PEG, which we were at not too long ago, that's going to bring you above $2 still, right? So there's still a gain to be had there. And if you have, these cards, I'm sure you can rent them out to other people who need them or to new bots coming online. So and obviously at the higher levels too. So that's where I'm wondering if the real opportunity is, because what Vet and I were talking about on the live stream is you want to manage risk, especially in an environment like this, right? So I don't know why this is not renting, but that was a sale still. So this is, I don't want to say it's a no risk or even low risk, but it is interesting to see, that you can burn this. And here's, okay, so let's move off of this example, then I'll give you my final thoughts. So same thing with epics, I believe. So if we go to Jin Renova, and let's see how much Jin Renova is selling for. So here's a perfect example, 8.2 cents per BCX, 100 power, meaning you'd be able to burn it for 10 cents with DEC at PEG. That's not what I wanted, and I'm sure you'd be able to rent these for decent. Let's just go and check the legendary cards as well, and let's go to like the lowest one here, which is Hardclaw, going for 59 cents. So here's where the arbitrage ends, right? So it's just for commons, I'm sorry, not commons, rares and epics, because this at PEG is going to burn for 50 cents, right? 500 DEC or 50 cents. So it's really just with the rares and epics right now. Okay, so why is there still risk associated with this? Well, if the team is unable to get DEC back to its peg, or there's not a time frame in which you can get DEC back to its peg, that is to your preference, then you're kind of going to be stuck there with it for a while. On the flip side, if you do believe in the team's ability to get DEC back to its peg, or in their hardcore mission to get there as quickly as possible and by any means necessary, then or even if you want to give them as much time as possible, right? Even if you want to say, like, I don't really care, I'm able to rent the cards out, I'm able to use them, whatever the case is, right? Use them on bot accounts, whatever the case is, you will be able to burn them at a later point. Now, what's going to get interesting is if people partake in this strategy, by the time DEC gets back to its peg, I wonder if the market will have recovered and the sell prices on those might be a little bit higher as well. But the idea here is that you, at least from a burn value perspective, are always going to be able to get that. Even if you cannot find a buyer for whatever price it is you're looking for, you can always burn them for that. So again, just a little interesting piece of that I wanted to share with you, and I'm curious to know if people are doing this. Now, Vet has been around the game since beta, I believe. So I'm not saying, I don't want to speak for them, but these are interesting strategies that people who have been around the game for a while are sharing with us. And I just wanted to put this out there for anybody who might have missed the live stream, because again, I'm not aping in new money into Splinterlands. I think I've said that. I've been very clear about that before. But if you do have some dry powder, or if you're looking for places to allocate capital, that could be an interesting opportunity, considering that we are rounding the corner on the print rates for many of the older rewards cards, right? So for example, all the ones that we got, well, there's the new ones that we have, right? So Dhampir Infiltrator and Vampiric Blossom, Volguin, but the other ones, I mean, those are going to go out of print soon, which could be interesting to see how their value is affected. Now, I still think that there's way too much supply, so it's not like they're going to shoot up in value. But here's the beautiful thing is you don't have to wait for them to shoot up in value. You have another alternative if you decide to try this strategy out. And that alternative is these may never go up in price if the demand doesn't get there, or at least doesn't get there in the time preference that you want. But if DEC goes up and at least gets close enough to peg, you can always come away with a little bit extra. So that is all I wanted to share with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I will catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.